All right, let's see. Give me some text on Himmler. Where the fuck is it? It's important, and I know it is. Maybe she'll have it. Let's see. Ah, here we go. For the All-in-One blessed me with divine sight, passed down through his progenies, Yeb and Nug. Through its descendants, one can wipe their trace from an unclean world, moving in darkness, utter total darkness, cleansing lesser vermin, lesser parasites. Fuck, I know. Something is missing. It's missing descendant. What the hell is it?
Leo, we're back. We have her.
Unharmed?
Yes, sir.
Well, alrighty then.
It is December 12th, 1989, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, at a Hampton Inn in the middle of the city. The last day, to say the least, has been a bit tumultuous, a bit frazzled, given that old faces are met with new faces, and familiar faces are all intermingled together. Many things happened. Everybody went to sleep with new information about what is going to happen in the investigation of finding Dr. Laura Clark. What I would like everybody to do now is to roll me luck rolls, because we're going to see who gets up first and how everybody deals with everything. All right, a 35.
77 over 50. Crit fail.
Appropriate.
86 over 50.
98 over 50.
All right, so Eddie's going to be getting up last because of that critical fail.
That was Scott. That was Scott.
That was Scott. Okay.
Yeah, just reset
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
God, actually. Maybe the head injury is putting him down for the count.
All right, so Matthew Reed, after having the dream vision that you had briefly while waiting for the others to come back, you are blessed with dreamless sleep. What time would you wake up? Let's start there, since you're the earliest and first awake.
Honestly, I think Reed is one of the people who gets up incredibly early. So he's up at like 4:30, and first of all, seeing everyone else sleeping takes time to get clothed and actually take a run.
Okay. How far are you going to run?
An hour. So like half an hour in one direction and then back. So he's back at like 5:30, hoping to see the others awake.
Yeah, you worked up a sweat, but the cool December air was very nice against your skin as you were running and you came back. But yeah, the city of Cambridge and the greater Boston area is not quite awake yet, even by the time you get back to the Hampton Inn. And when you do get back, Eddie, you are awake by the sound of the door quietly as Reed was coming in, it still woke you up
Wait,
to a
what,
degree.
may I roll stealth?
Oh yeah, let's have you roll
So
stealth actually.
When Eddie wakes up, I'm just there. Yeah, that's a 19 under 60.
Yeah. So Eddie, you wake up and Reed is just there, awake. Probably, would you be like taking a shower or something to work off the sweat? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Probably just stepped out of the shower, just in his underwear with a towel on his head and just like collecting his clothing out of his bag.
Yeah, Reed is not a very buff guy. Pretty average at best. But yeah, Eddie, what do you do? How do you want to spend your morning since you're the next one awake? Oh, by the way, roll me a d4 to recover.
Hey, I got it all back. Got a 4.
Yeah, very good. A good night's sleep is what it takes to recover from the headbutt that Scott gave you the night prior. So what's your morning looking like, Eddie?
Yeah, after about a fistful of Tylenol, I recovered from that minor concussion. I am waking up. I probably got a little bruise on my head.
You do.
I sit up. I see Reed in front of me, getting ready. You're up early.
Oh, yeah. Didn't go out drinking, did I?
That wasn't the plan. The booze were just for the kids.
Well, anyways, you got some information, so that's what counts.
Luckily, that dumbass started a fight as soon as we got in there.
And yeah, Reed takes a look to the side, looks at Scott.
Snoring away.
Well, let's wait for them to wake up and then check on how everybody's feeling, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the shower next.
Yeah, warm water doesn't work, so have fun.
Nothing I ain't used to.
Eddie, you grab one of the towels that are hanging on the rack that haven't been used yet, and you pop into the shower. And how long would Eddie take a shower for? Let's start there.
5 minutes.
I'd imagine, given you being a former Marine and MACV SOG guy, you would do the thing where it would be hot water or warm water and then quickly turn it to cold water to kind of like shock your body to more of an alert state.
That's exactly what I do in the morning.
Well, there you go. Next up in our awakening ceremony is Harley Haney, who, being close to 60 years old, it's probably a bit of a grunting, groaning sort of affair. Maybe.
Yeah, what if... Max, what time would this be around? When did Eddie get up?
We're going to say that it's around, like, at this point, 6 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little bit of effort from Haney's part, but he wasn't in a cot like the other three. So he rolls out, just goes straight to the bathroom, brushes his teeth. I think it takes him a few minutes to really log on to the universe, so he's just gonna amble around.
Yeah, Reed, what would you be doing at this point?
Yeah, I mean, when Haney's awake and Eddie's probably finished showering, Reed looks at Eddie and says, so, going out to get some breakfast for all of us. Care to join me?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Alright, wonderful. And he grabs his wallet and opens the door. After you.
I'm gonna look behind me at Haney. You coming, Michelin Man?
He shakes his head and points at Scott. Someone's gotta watch the baby.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're just gonna grab some stuff to go. Some pancakes, and bring it back.
Okay. See you soon.
Meanwhile, as Eddie and Matthew Reed leave to go get breakfast, and really there would probably be a continental breakfast downstairs in the Hampton Inn itself.
Oh, what there? Okay, I figured it was just like this little motel thingy where you don't get like breakfast and you just stay to sleep. Okay.
I mean,
Well,
it's like
then-
fucking instant eggs and the worst bacon you've ever seen.
That's true. Let's just get to a diner.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you guys walk out to Reed's AMC Eagle, passing the continental breakfast with a mild amount of disgust on both of your guys' faces to get good American breakfast diner food. Meanwhile, Harley Haney, you are, I believe we had you laying in one of the beds, like, because there was a cot situation.
Yes. Haney was
Yeah,
the only
so-
one in a bed.
I can't remember, Scott, were you on one of the cots or were you on one of the other beds?
There's only one bed.
There's only one bed, and Scott was being a little piss baby about, like, no, I'm a real man. I'll sleep on the cot.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Haney, you take a look over at Scott, who is still snoring away with this weird, raspy, not quite apnea. Scott, you have a dream of your father
Yeah, it's never a good time.
Yikes.
You want to lay this out for us a little bit? I'll let you take a little bit of control here.
Oh, may I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically Scott, in that half waking, half dreaming realm, the thing about Scott and his father is that they haven't spoken since he was 18. Since the last time they even spoke to each other was over the handheld of the police telephone of the Philadelphia PD.
That would have been back in the 1970, right?
Yep, back in 1970. And Scott, I think, is back there. He's back, in his rumpled Temple University shirt and horn jeans, face bloody from where it got smashed into the pavement during his arrest.
Yeah, the thing is that you're in that getup, but it's you now, as a grown man. Are you sitting in a jail cell?
No, he's standing two officers who he can never see their faces. Their faces are just blurs behind him. And the handheld up to his ear. And he hears from this other end, "You're proud of yourself, boy? I think you showed everyone what kind of man you are. When I landed at Normandy, when I landed at Incheon, I killed dozens of bigger men than you'll ever be."
This is the voice of your father?
Yeah.
He's just looming over you. And the anxieties of everything that you've gone through over the last year, it's definitely affecting your mind because Elena steps into view and has this shit-eating grin on her face, looks directly at you, and says, "You'll never be half the man that he is, Scott." And the dream ends right as she puts her hand on his crotch, and you shoot awake.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah,
Haney,
bolt up.
you see Scott just lurch up out of bed.
You alright?
Not talking, lurching to the bathroom, vomits explosively into the toilet.
Okay, well, they're coming with food soon, so hopefully some coffee will make you feel better.
So, Scott, you're in the bathroom.
Just full on heavy breathing, just running the tap just to have something to focus on. His eyes can't focus, just completely out of it.
I'm going to say that you recover 1 hit point, but not fully. There's still a dull, aching sensation in your mind from headbutting Eddie, from getting punched in the face. Your face there's like a bruise on your forehead, but you're able to take the punches from that jock pretty well. So other than the forehead bruise, you look okay. Feel like shit, but nothing much you can really do about that.
He also slept in the same clothes he was wearing that night, so he smells terrible.
Yeah, you think it might be good to take a shower, which when you decide to do that, to your dismay, the hot water isn't there, and you also see evidence that showers have already been taken, so that's probably why.
And probably at this point, he doesn't even really care that much. He isn't feeling it at this point. He's still just completely shell-shocked.
Yeah, you were kind of an asshole the night before. Do you take stock of that at all?
He does, but it's more that he just can't stand the fact that he's a leader. Goddammit, he needs to be the one who's up and at him and in charge. And the fact that he isn't at this point, that does not sit right with him. And it's he's gonna need to he's gonna need to tighten up a bit. He can't let these people get ahead of him, because if they do, they're all gonna get themselves killed.
Exactly. Scott, you eventually emerge out of the bathroom. You had to use one of the other towels since they only supplied with 2 towels and like some washcloths, so you had to reuse one of the towels that had already been used, but it is what it is. You emerge out of the bathroom, grab some of your clothes, you head back in to change into a fresh new outfit. I'm going to say that by the time this all transpires, that Reed and Eddie return with breakfast food that has been sitting, a little bit for the car ride, but you got an assortment of eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, some little things of butter on the side, some plastic utensils, and everybody eats. Whether or not you want to have a conversation while that goes on, it's up to you all since you're all awake now.
Door opens. Reed probably took one of the keys and he walks in with like one bag in his left hand and the keys in the other, and places like some classic to-go containers, probably just in the middle of the room, and then grabs the first one and just says, "Pancakes? Who's any takers?"
You just get pancakes, or was there anything else down there?
Oh, no, we didn't go down there. We went to a diner. food down there looks like shit. We have a few breakfast platters, bacon, eggs, hash browns,
Sausage.
shit like that. Yeah, sausage.
Got toast and a couple muffins.
Yeah, I'll take some eggs and some sausage. I don't really do well with sweets in the morning.
Reed will then probably just go through one of the bags and hand you one of the bigger to-go containers.
Is this a nice enough hotel room that we have like a coffee machine?
Yeah.
Okay. He's on that shit.
Yeah, there's a couple of packets of instant coffee and some sugars there. No creams.
Yeah, he'll make two, as Reed is setting out the food, Haney will hand one cup to Scott, say, I don't know how you like it, so it's black. That's how I take mine.
That's fine.
And then he'll take in.
Yeah, Reed grabs himself some pancakes.
I think for his part, Scott's gonna be focusing more, like, he's mostly just, like, shoveling eggs into his mouth. Not even really, like, thinking of, like, he's just eating it to get some protein. He's not doing it because, he's hungry or that feels good. It's just a matter of fueling himself back up.
12 hard-boiled eggs for Scott Macallan.
Oh my fuck god, yeah, Reed probably also got some hard-boiled eggs. Just like in his trench coat pocket, but just for him, like 4 or 5 even.
What the fuck?
Yeah, just popping in his mouth.
He's
That's a more reasonable food to
pocket
shove in your
eggs.
pocket than fries.
yeah, that's true. But they're still like in their shell, so they were peeled and put in there.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
I'm assuming they're like in a paper towel in his like trench coat in their pocket.
This is very German, but all year around we have hard-boiled eggs that you can just buy in the supermarket, and we sometimes just take them. And if you go on a hike, you just pull out a few, put them in your pockets, and then throughout the hike you just start peeling them and eating them.
You know what? We can keep all that in because Reed was in Germany for a long period of time.
Yeah,
so yeah, it makes sense.
That was what I was aiming at, because he's
Okay.
not gonna get a good German breakfast, aka good bread and like deli meat here in this small ass town in a few minute drives.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, you were also used to eating a lot crappier food, depending on where you were at the time. So,
I think Eddie's just getting a little bit of everything. He's a variety man.
okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That makes sense. So yeah, all of you settle in and eat your respective foods. This takes you up to about about 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m. You all know that you are waiting on a phone call from police officer Julius Sterling about the possible fingerprints. He didn't say when those would come in about the prints that were found at Dr. Laura Clark's apartment, but that's something that Haney was on top of because he exchanged his pager number with Officer Sterling. And then there's the matter of retrieving the care package in Vermont. What is the plan for the investigation going forward?
Well,
Come on, Mr. Leader, take charge.
yeah, Scott is finishing his rather bizarre rote eating of eggs. I was going to stand and say, Reed, you said that there's the care package up in Vermont?
Yeah, it's a bit out there, but we could reach it and be back like around noon, I guess.
All right. Yeah, you and me, let's go do that.
Sure, yeah, let's go. And he instantly just gets up.
Nice.
You don't see it, but I immediately just closed my eyes and just let out a deep sigh.
I'll look back to Eddie. Eddie, you keep an eye on Haney, all right? They said that, might have something waiting for us at the Cambridge PD.
Eddie, do you have some kind of official documentation, identification, so you can come to the police station, or? Because otherwise you're gonna have to sit in the car.
It's expired.
All right, you're gonna be sitting in the car.
Great.
Okay, so we can start out with Reed and Scott heading up to Peacham, Vermont, with the coordinates that have been given. So,
Yep. Also, I just want to remind everyone that there's also this Nazi bar.
yes,
Oh,
Fat
yeah.
Rabbit.
The thing too is that you have because the show isn't until 3 days, or I guess 2 days now, right?
No, it's just one. It's now
it's
the
just one.
12th,
Oh,
and
okay.
the show is at the 13th. So
Yes.
it's tomorrow.
Oh, okay, that was my misunderstanding then. Okay, yeah.
All
So
good. Yeah, you were given a set of actual coordinates to put on a map. Eddie, with your experience being in the military, before they set out, let's just say that Reed goes down into the lobby and gets, a map of not only the local area, but also of Vermont, New Hampshire, because, there would be maps for other adjoining states that are nearby.
Yeah.
So, and before you guys set out, Eddie, you help pinpoint on the map exactly where they need to go. And I believe, if I remember correctly, CARRADINE had described it as a cabin. So it takes about 3 hours on the road, driving from Cambridge out of the city up through northern Massachusetts. You see signs that pass by for Arkham, for Kingsport, and Scott, you can't help but feel a bit wistful as you see the sign and the mileage for Arkham pass you by as Reed continues driving.
Like, there's a 3-hour ride. Does Scott say anything, or is Scott just brooding? Because Reed's perfectly fine with shutting the hell up all over these 3 hours.
I think probably the first hour or so is in silence, and then looked at Reed's, you want a cigarette?
Oh, yeah, always. Thank you.
Yeah, so Scott will, offer him one of his parliaments, roll down the window, light it up.
Yep, same.
But not too far. It's cold as hell outside, so don't want to get all the heat out of the car.
Yeah, just enough so the smoke gets blown somewhat out.
Yeah. And just kind of like watching, landscape of greater Boston fade away and into the hills and forests of northern Massachusetts. Scott's gonna, he doesn't look at Reed during this whole time. He's more just kind of looking out the window. Last time I came up this way, I was 13 years old. Deer hunting.
Must have been nice.
Well, yeah, I guess it was. That was the first time I ever killed anything.
And with a side glance, Reed just says, you didn't fight in the war, did you?
No.
Just two men smoking their cigarettes,
Yeah.
slowly opening up to each other.
So, you kill anything after that deer, or you stay clean?
Yeah, there was, kind of looking at Reed. Why are you here, by the way? What's your connection to all of this?
Oh, well, that's that's a good fucking question. I've seen some shit 3 years prior. Saw some stuff. Got basically told what the group's all about and decided to, help out.
I see.
We just gotta do what we gotta do to protect our country.
You ever wonder, though, if this isn't quite a bit bigger than just America?
Well, I don't have concrete evidence, but why the fuck would anything unnatural just be focusing on our country? There's enough shit in Europe that's perfect breeding ground for, well, first of all, extremist ideas, and second of all, the unnatural to exploit anyone who's trying to think they're smarter than it.
Yeah, Scott does kind of look at him sideways when he says that last bit, but I don't know. Everything I've seen up to this point, it's been one nightmare after another. With no rhyme or reason. But there has to be a bigger pattern. There has to be some sort of design behind this. Whether or not we can fully grasp it, I don't know, but I think if we do understand it, what's the saying about knowing thy enemy?
Well, the saying knowing thy enemy goes for humans. I don't think whatever we're dealing with is kind of the same. Knowing is like two-sided sword. On one hand, it can help you. On the other hand, you can just fall into it when you stumble.
Well, it's a good thing we don't stumble then.
Yeah, let's make sure we don't.
I worked with Haney once before. It was actually my second time doing this sort of thing. He wasn't one of us then. Hell, he isn't really even one of us now. Out in Kansas, thing that ate corpses wearing the skin of a cowboy.
And he said there were two other ones with you?
Yeah, Eddie and the other guy didn't make it.
My condolences, if it counts for anything.
He was a good man.
They always are. You don't throw yourself into all of this stuff just because you feel like it.
Yeah, what he said, Haney wasn't one of us, still isn't. And kind of looking at Reed, and it's if things go sideways, I need to know that you're not gonna do something stupid, get yourself killed.
Oh, I don't plan to get myself killed.
Well, nobody plans it, sure. Does it mean that...
I'll try to be as composed as I can be, and not run in, do anything stupid. They're good enough for you?
Yeah.
I've survived 3 of those things now, so I'm hoping you can survive a 4th one.
Oh no, don't worry. I never die.
And I think that's a good transition to you guys being at the cabin. Who steps out first? Who approaches the cabin first?
Reed probably exits first, but waits for Scott to take the lead.
Stroking the ego. Okay, yeah. So Scott
Yeah,
will...
yeah, absolutely. Reed is not the leader type. Reed is more like the hanging back and watching you and seeing what you do type of man.
You know, kind of, as we pull up, Scott, may I go ahead and roll alertness, just see if there's anything around us?
Actually, I want both of you to roll me alertness, but Scott, I want you to roll it at a -30, and for Reed at a -20. That way it's
Never
equal.
mind, failed it anyways. 63 over
God damn.
37 if it's a -20. Max the great
Failure.
equalizer.
Oh, crit failure, 66 over 37. God damn you, Max.
That's okay, I don't need to roll my opposed roll then.
Episode.
Yeah, no. You take a look around the forest, there's trees everywhere, there was a clear path up the way, but you don't feel like you're being watched.
We don't
Okay.
feel like we're being watched. That's
Yeah,
the
we
best.
don't feel... Yes, Scott will pull his 357 from the holster, but he's not, like, down ready. He's more just kind of, you know, holding it to his side.
Reed just leans on the hood of the car, smoking, and waits, basically.
Yeah, Scott will slowly approach the cabin. He's not going to say anything, just wait to see if anyone reacts first. If, you know, knowing this neck of the woods, if some dude takes a pot shot at him with a rifle.
Nothing happens. Do you try the door?
Well, I guess my first question is, and understanding I had a crit fail, how, like, do we hear, like, birds around us? Do we, like, or is it just dead silent around here?
You hear normal wildlife, yeah.
Okay, so that probably puts him a little bit more at ease than he ought to be. Hence him not being quite as on the ball as he probably wants to be. So yeah, I think instead of trying the door, he will... Are there any windows on this cabin?
There are, yeah, and the curtains are kind of pulled back, and if you want to take a look inside, you can. It looks furnished, like lightly so, but there is like a TV, there is a couch, a dining room table with some chairs set around it. It's all it's one floor. You can see a room from your front view that looks like it leads back to a bedroom or a bathroom. Hard to tell, but there is another door back there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they had running water out here, but... Yeah, this is something familiar. This is like, you know, basically reminds him of his father's old hunting cabin.
It does. But the question is, do you try the door?
I think he'd circle the building first, just to make sure that there's nothing...
Well, considering that your crit is going to carry over, yeah, nothing.
Of course. Yeah, nothing? He'll finally try the door.
It's unlocked. No traps or anything. The door's unlocked.
And he'll look back to Reed and kind of like gesture him to, you know, come on.
Yeah, he'll join.
Yeah, so back near the kitchen, you can just see this right away. Like laying on the floor are 2 large trunks, black plastic trunks. One is a little bit bigger than the other, and the other is a little bit smaller.
Well, of course I gotta open the bigger one first, Max. You know, that's how it works. You always open the big present first.
Yeah, so not locked. There are latches on it. You carefully thumb one latch. You take a look at Reed. You both exchange a look. Then you look back down and you thumb the other latch and slowly open the contents of the container. Nothing scary. Nothing goes off. But what is inside appears to be a heavily reinforced set of vests and helmets.
Oh.
Reed, you instantly know what these are. These are PASGT Kevlar that the Army would use. It's bulletproof material. And there's helmets here that are definitely U.S. Army variants. And collectively out of character, this would give any wearer a total of 4 armor protection.
Okay, so it's just basic Kevlar plus 1 armor from the helmet?
Yes.
Okay. How many?
Right.
There are 4 sets. That's why
Nice.
this thing was big. They're all kind of... The helmets are all kind of pushed together. The vests are stacked on top of each other. Do you open the other container?
Absolutely.
Scott, following the same thing as before, with a little bit less trepidation this time, you open the other smaller container and you flip it open after unsecuring the latches. Both of you give me firearms rolls just to see if you can identify this type of firearm that is inside.
Absolutely.
Yep, with a 57 under 60, Reed passes.
Scott, likewise, 37 under 60.
Inside are 4 Spectre M4 submachine guns equipped with suppressors, with slings to carry across the body. And just looking at them, there are a total of 2 magazines for each submachine gun. There are also 4 radios with requisite earpieces for, you think, shortwave communication. Whoever CARRADINE had to acquire this for you, these guns look pretty pristine and relatively new. And the vests do as well. The vests aren't worn out. There's no bullet holes in them. There's no dings or scratches. They all look new.
Well, that's a nice surprise.
All right. And Scott will... He's not like drooling over these. He just picks one up out of the case, racks the bolt open, checks it, checks the firing chamber, takes the magazine out, checks it, puts it back in, drops the bolt. With a lot more precision read than you'd probably expect an academic would normally have.
Nice.
There's a stock as well, a folding stock that you can fold on top of the gun or fold back for extra, aiming capability.
Yeah, Reed just also whistles and says, "Okay, cool. Italian weapons didn't think I would supply one of those. Seen a few in my time in Europe."
Scott, as you're examining the Spectre M4 that you picked up, you notice that the serial number is scratched off.
Of course it is. All right.
Which makes you think that they're all scratched off for the others as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reed checks nonetheless.
Yeah, all the remaining 3 Spectre M4s all had their serial numbers filed off or removed in some form or another.
Gotcha.
And of course, it's minus 20 to alertness checks when you use these things.
Yep.
Now, question: Are these 9mm or are they one of the 45 variants?
45 caliber.
Dang.
We're never going to use a 9mm weapon on this show,
right?
I wanted to say Reed has a MP5, but he's not gonna use it when he gets another cool gun that he doesn't have to clean after and can just throw away.
Yep. That's the whole thing, is that that all of these are going in the river when we're done with them.
And that's pretty much it. You just got 4 Kevlar vests with helmets, 4 radio pieces for communication between yourselves, and 4 highly illegal suppressed submachine guns that if you were to get pulled over by the Cambridge police, it'd be, even for your fake FBI cover read, it'd be very hard to explain this away.
So what Reed does is he carries a smaller case first, just with his gloves on, picks it up, brings it to the car, and in the trunk where normally there's the extra tire goes, he stashes them there.
The whole container.
Does the whole container fit in?
Yeah.
Damn.
So let me put it this way. It would probably be best to transport everything back in the containers, just because having it all loose laying around, unless you want to have it loose laying around.
I did think the whole container fits in there, so.
The Spectre M4s in their container would fit in the back area of your car, but the armor container would probably have to go on the back seat or on the floor of your vehicle.
Wait, Max, I think you misunderstood. What I said, when you pop the trunk, there's a little bit of the carpet, and then you pull that up, and there normally is an extra tire in there. That's where you want to stash him, so that even when we get stopped.
Okay, so I would say that you would probably be able to fit the smaller container with the guns in there, not the armor container.
Okay.
But you could put the armor container on top,
that's the best thing. Okay, he does that.
Yeah. And of course, once you guys get back to Cambridge, Boston proper, you can divvy that up as need be, if you want to put one in one car and wherever the investigation takes you. But yeah, CARRADINE came through in a pretty big way. Which, Scott, does that surprise you at all a little bit?
No. So CARRADINE might be a bit of an idiot, but he's here for a reason.
Okay.
If the Master Spy can't get us a couple of ghost guns and some armor, what's he here for?
This is true. So, new armaments and protective equipment in hand. What's the next move? Heading back to Cambridge?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you all take. You both take one.
I have one.
Yes.
I had one question before we kick off. So, understanding, suppressor screwed in, but with the stock folded, how concealable would this be, like, under a heavy winter coat?
Ooh.
I'd imagine
I would say there would be
concealable.
it would be some sort of a penalty if you so if you kept the suppressor on. I mean, there is the body slings to keep around.
Right.
If you were to fold the stock and take the suppressor off, I'd say they'd be pretty concealable. Putting the suppressor on it, that would require a regular alertness roll for anybody trying to take a look.
Okay.
You just gotta be this fast so they don't even take a look.
Yeah. Do you guys have any parting words before you head out of the cabin or anything or?
Yeah, I think Scott will take one more just kind of like brief look around the cabin before they go, just to make sure that they're not missing it. Now, of course, with a crit failure, not gonna find nothing.
Everything's fine, baby. Everything's all gravy for Scott.
Just gonna take one more.
Reed, however, can give me alertness roll.
45 under 57.
Probably about 50 meters off, up high on a hill, you see the brief glint of glass, and then it just goes away.
Yeah, Reed doesn't say anything. He just stops for just like 1 or 2 seconds, looks up, and just holds up one hand as to say hi, and then turns around and gets in.
Okay. Yeah, obviously you can't see anything. With both containers loaded up in the AMC Eagle, it's another 3-hour drive back to Massachusetts. So you guys got there at around like 10. Let's say you took about maybe 15 minutes to load everything up. You get back around about 1:15 p.m. In the intervening time, from the time that Reed and Scott left, what would Haney and Eddie be doing, if anything?
I don't fucking
Would you just be waiting around?
As soon as they leave,
absolutely, we'd be doing stuff, but yeah.
As soon as they leave, I look towards Haney. All right, big guy, you want to head over to that police station?
Well, we haven't gotten a call from the deputy yet, so I don't want to step on their toes too much and make them look into us further. But he knows where to reach us.
You want to wait around for that, or you want to head somewhere else?
You guys said something about a bar, right?
I don't think they'll be open this early. Maybe we catch the owner.
Gonna drive by, just get
why not?
idea of the place. All right. Yeah,
All right.
So we'll go and we'll drive by the bar, the Fat Rabbits. Yeah, we'll take a drive by, kind of see if it's open.
Yeah. So the Fat Rabbits is in Worcester, Massachusetts, which so it's about a hour drive west. Both of you give me navigate rolls.
I'm good. I got an 8 under 40.
I got a 36 under 40.
Yeah, so you guys get into Worcester proper, and we're going to say that you both load up into Eddie's Crown Victoria rental, get some directions. You're able to follow those directions. You kind of get some strange looks when you ask about the bar in particular, which, given what had been described, that it's known for hosting, doesn't surprise you.
Do we ask about the bar? We need directions because we don't know the exact location.
Exactly, because it's the 80s.
Ooh. Can we find some skinheads to ask?
Hey,
do you want to find
buddies,
some skinheads to ask?
Where's your funny white supremacy bar?
Oh, you want, okay. Both of you give me criminology rolls then.
Sure. I have
doesn't matter, give me a roll.
That is a fail.
That's a failure to 90 over 40.
No visible skinheads that you can see driving around Worcester pop out at you, so you would have had to have just asked regular people.
All right.
But eventually you do come across the Fat Rabbit's bar, and it looks like just a standard dive bar from the outside. I do want the two of you, both of you give me alertness rolls.
Oh, that's a failure. I got an 81 over 72.
It's a failure for me as well, a 93 over 55.
Yeah, I mean, you guys drive by. It appears to be closed currently at this time, since it's still kind of early in the morning. Like, you guys get to Worcester around like 8 a.m. It's kind of like it's like kind of near the edge of the city, but not really. It's like kind of beginning to get into the outskirts. But you don't see any malfeasance standing out and about. It just looks like a standard dive bar from what you guys are seeing. You guys drive by it a few times. You go around the adjoining street. There is like a back alleyway as well that leads into a back street.
Yeah, I want to map out, at least internally, the surrounding, like, maybe 3 to 4 blocks radius.
There are some houses out here. There are some other commercial buildings. But like I said, this is near the edge of Worcester proper, so it's not as built up. But there is still enough out here that, causing any sort of disturbance would probably warrant a police response. Eddie, I want you to give me a military science roll, please.
Can I
A lot
ask
of
how
rolls right off the
fast
bat.
Yeah, man.
Can I ask how fast that police roll, that police response might be, considering where they're located in the city?
So, Haney, you think that the police response time would probably take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on if there's any level of traffic.
The severity of call, yeah, as well.
And this is a bigger city than Wichita, so
Right.
and a lot bigger than Stafford.
So he's gonna err on the side of like 10 minutes, like 8-ish, at the least. Especially if it's in the evening when there's going to be a lot of people around, like that's gonna likely be when any police response would happen.
But otherwise, there's really nothing out here.
Okay. Is there any place to, like, obviously the bar is closed. What other kind of businesses are around here? Is there a place we can sit and kind of scope the bar out from a distance?
Yeah, like a little ways down the street, kind of catty corner, but it's maybe like a block down. There's like a little cafe.
Okay. Yeah, Haney will just, after we've done kind of up and down the radius of 4 blocks and mapped it out, at least mentally, Haney will point at the cafe, say, Eddie, do you want to go sit there and keep an eye on this place?
You have a pager for when that cop calls you?
Yeah, I got a pager. Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah.
Okay. So you guys parallel park on the street, kind of in front of this little cafe. Has a little bit of a design like a French place, like it's styled to be that way. So if you were to go in and sit down and get like a little cappuccino or some pastries or something, so that way you look like you have a purpose to be here. So the question becomes, how long do you plan to sit inside with the big window view looking up the street?
I'd say at least a couple hours, if not longer. I think Haney will go up and order another coffee, probably decaf this time around, just to not overload his system.
Yeah, they do the whole like French press thing, make it real nice and fancy.
Perfect. He'll take a decaf of that, black, and if they have some sort of ham sandwich, he'll take, again, nothing sweet.
Croque madame. Eddie, do you get anything? Or do you just sit there?
Yeah, just coffee.
Okay. So
he's also going to grab like one of those free newspapers so that we have something to read.
Yeah, true surveillance work is actually happening in one of our ops for a change.
True cop work. I mean, on his character sheet it says he looks like a fucking cop, so he's
yeah. Even in
doing
retirement,
what he's made
still
for.
Got the look. Yeah. So for the next few hours, you guys sit there and watch the bar. No activity really is occurring. There is people walking up and down the sidewalks. There are cars going by. It's a weekday, so the city is starting to come alive a little bit more. But you don't see anybody in particular, at least at this particular hour, heading to that bar.
Is it pretty empty in this cafe?
There's like a couple other patrons in here. You guys are sitting obviously near the front by the windows. But there's like an older gentleman with a driving cap, and he's sipping a little like tiny cup like near the back. You see a younger girl eating a pastry, and it looks like she's writing in some sort of book. And then there's you guys sitting up at the front. You have the newspaper, and Eddie is sitting across from you sipping on his coffee.
So Eddie, how are you feeling about all of this? And honestly, more specific, I'll just get to the point. How do you feel about Scott right now?
He's changed.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so to me. We all have.
It's been a while, Haney.
Mm-hmm.
You're a lot different too.
Yeah. Put some work in.
See that?
Thanks.
And you did good last time, aside from the asking around town bit. But we all had our mistakes.
Right. Yeah, I did some reading on it's different, I would say, police work to what we're doing here, so...
You know, you gotta keep it on the down low.
Right.
But, I gotta tell you something. It's about Vince, and it's about what we need to do in this job.
Alright, shoot.
Vince needed me to do something for him that I expect you to do for us.
Okay.
He died last time.
Yeah, I heard.
Because he asked one of us to kill him. I killed him.
Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. That's not an easy thing to do, but sounds like it was the right thing to do.
I won't get into the details, but the way he was in, he wasn't going to make it out alive, and I didn't want to leave him there like that. And I destroyed the thing that did it to him.
So you're asking me to gun you down if you ask?
I expect you to do the same. And if you need me to do the same for you, trust me, I won't hesitate.
Alright, well...
That's not a threat. I'm just saying, I don't want you to suffer.
Yeah, I didn't read it as one. If I need it, I'll ask.
Alright, man.
Just don't go shooting me because I get a paper cut.
No. If you have a TV for your chest, then I'm sure you'd want the same.
But then maybe, yeah, that sounds pretty unpleasant.
Hey, Haney, give me a sanity roll, please.
Okay.
Damn.
For helplessness.
He's not adapted to helplessness, god damn.
Yeah, he's not Dr. Kimball.
He's almost adapted to violence, though. Come on, baby, let's get there. Let's lose that charisma.
I believe you're close to your breaking point.
That is a failure to 91 over 54.
Go ahead and lose 1 to helplessness and put a tick into that, please. The fact that this conversation is even happening it's unpleasant, to say the least, given what you went through a year ago, given what was described to you, and given that you have 3 grown adult children now and a wife who would miss you, you think. Your kids would miss you, at least. Your wife, it's a little... you're not sure about that one, given your suspicions of her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he just sits there for a minute. Not a minute, actually, this is a sound loss. He sits there for about a half hour, kind of rereading the same article over and over again, not really understanding any of it. And looks back over at Eddie and says, you know, why do you keep coming back to these? Because last time we were all together, I suppose we had a discussion about me not being involved or not getting into this kind of field work. But, I mean, we're both here for our own reasons. I'm curious about yours. Why haven't you backed out?
It's our duty. There's a reason why no one else will do it. Because no one else will ever do it.
I don't know, I think there's probably more of us than we think. Can't just be the 4 or 5 people we've all met. Seems like a pretty big deal, pretty expansive. I'd be surprised if this was the only country that, unless, America itself is cursed.
I'm sure the others have their way of dealing with it. I'm sure that America's a small pond in a big sea for this type of issue. But there's other agents, I'm sure of it.
Right. So putting the group aside and them needing us and all that, because they don't. Not really.
These are emergencies. They need people right away.
So the only reason you have is that they ask you to?
No. It's because I want answers.
For yourself? For the universe?
For myself. There was something that happened. I'm not quite sure what. It's hard to say. I went to Kimball about it a couple months ago.
Yeah. Kind of eats at you, don't it? So they call me on the Dixon case because, I was in the area, but there was something similar some time back. And I could have just done not that I really knew better, but I also did know a little bit better. I could have just sat back and let you boys handle the whole thing. I needed to see that, whatever he was, to put to rest this fear that maybe I'm crazy and maybe it's all just, maybe the world's just normal. And this stuff exists and maybe I'm crazy. It was helpful, scarily enough, to to see that I was right. And that there's more than just... And he waves his hand at the other patrons. This mundanity.
I'm starting to think that things that happened to me might not have happened the way I remember them.
Haney, at this point, your pager goes off.
He looks down at it.
It's the number that was given to you the night before for the Cambridge Police Department.
Is there a payphone, like, outside the cafe?
Give me a luck roll.
No. 91 over 50.
No, but you do see a phone on the wall in this little cafe, if you wanted to use that.
Yeah, he says, sorry to interrupt you there, Eddie. I got a pager from the deputy. I'm gonna give him a call to see what they found. And he'll go and he'll ring the number on the wall.
Yeah, you walk up to the counter. You ask the person behind the counter if you can use their phone. They nod and allow you to do so. And you dial the number back.
He's gonna listen for a second just to see... You can tell if a phone is being tapped, if there's like little clicks.
No,
He's
nothing like
paranoid. That. Alright.
No, that's fine. But there's nothing like
he's
that.
paranoid. I mean, I'm paranoid.
Good. That's how it should be. Yeah, so the voice on the other end says,
Is this Harley Haney?
Yeah, speaking.
This Officer Sterling, we spoke last night. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I told you I would call you first thing when we would get some results back in. It was kind of easy to do because we tend to start with the Malfeasians around in this area and potential surrounding areas. We did get a result back because we already had like records relating to potential criminals who would be associated with such things and given their histories and everything. So apparently also there was some sort of late night call from the FBI last night to basically give a little bit more jurisdiction over to you and Agent Bradford.
Oh. Yeah. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, so I can officially share this with you. And is Agent Bradford around, or?
He is not at the moment, but I'll connect with him after we speak. I'll tell him.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. So here's what I can tell you from what we picked up. Prince belonged to an Edward Nichols, age 23, had a prior for a hate crime in Springfield a couple months ago. Apparently his last known address is a home in Rindge, New Hampshire. So, I mean, if you boys want to roll up and do something about that, you have the authority to do so, I guess.
Right. And you didn't get the second set of prints or the other sets, right? Just that one?
No, just the one, unfortunately, but,
Alright. Yeah, we'll put a hustle on that and probably go to the residence.
Everything alright, Mr. Haney?
Yeah. Any additional information you can share with us about Edward?
He's had associations with hate groups, you could say. He's got some sort of connection to the Rockwell Brigade in one form or another. Are you aware of the Rockwell Brigade, Mr. Haney?
I've heard some about it, yeah.
Well, alright. And, I guess maybe you want the address of, Mr. Nichols.
Yeah, that would be very appreciated.
He rattles off the address to you.
And you know any known contacts of his also within the system that I should be aware of?
Like I said, he's got associations with the Rockwell Brigade. I have to check on that, though. I have to do a deeper dive on that. I don't know much more beyond that at the moment.
Alright. If you could do that, that would be super appreciated. And then we can reconvene maybe later today and chat about what you found, if you have the time.
Yeah, sure, of course. I may not be at my desk. It may be that guy Johns, who you may have seen last night, who was manning the desk. So you may get him potentially. But yeah, no. If anything comes up, I can reach at this pager number here, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of hear over the phone there's like some hostile sounding shouting going on. He's just,
Shit, gotta go.
Alright.
potentially an unruly arrestee from what you could tell, and also just from your personal experience.
Keep safe. Hangs up the phone.
Yeah, he had already hung up by the time you say that.
Oh. Yeah, I'll go back to Eddie, and say, we have an address for one of the kidnappers.
I don't know how long it's going to take them to get back, but you want to wait for Reed and Scott?
I think it's a 6-hour round trip for them at minimum, so it's
All right.
only 9 now. 9 or 10 max? What would it be now?
In your guys' case, they would be like halfway there at this point. So it would be about.
So it's about
9,
10 a.m.
Yeah, about 9 a.m. for you guys.
All right. Yeah, it's only about 9 now. I mean, they're not even close to being on the way back, let alone there.
Got your piece on you?
Yeah.
All right, let's head over.
All right.
So you guys are going to head to New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So it actually would take you about an hour from
Okay.
Worcester to Rindge, New Hampshire. And you stop off at a gas station, basically use the excuse of, hey, we're trying to meet up with a friend, but we don't know how to get there. Can you help us? And they know exactly where you're talking about. So it's a small, shitty-looking apartment complex. The Graymore apartment complex is what it's called. And this is Edward Nichols' last known address. What do you guys do now that you're here?
Scope out the place first.
Both of you give me alertness rolls.
I got a 20 under 72.
So 63 over 55.
So you're looking at his specific apartment unit. It's like a 2-story affair. There is a parking lot that's out here. There are some, street lights that are in the middle of these different spots, like on the concrete partitions that are, currently off because it's the daytime. He's on a 2nd floor unit furthest away from the road. And you guys have pulled up into a lot and you're just sitting there. And so far you don't see any activity or see anything unusual. Especially in your case, Eddie, you have eagle eyes. You're on alert. You're looking for. You don't know what this guy looks like is the thing, but you know where he lives. So you're honing in and looking. How long do you guys want to wait here and watch?
Say like an hour before we head in, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to actually head back or head into his place?
No, into maybe the unit. Yeah, we might break in.
Okay.
We'll watch it.
Do you guys want to talk about your plan beforehand? Maybe kind of get that out into the open air.
So what are you thinking? Scope the place out, sit down, wait for this guy to go in or out of his apartment, get inside, and try and see what he knows?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be a bit of a dangerous idea to do a bit of B&E, but let's keep an eye out for a bit first.
Eddie, you see movement from a curtain up in that particular unit. Like very briefly, you see it pull aside just a little bit, and then it closes back up.
Looks like there's someone inside.
All right, well, do you want to go as a fellow skinhead, or do you want to go in as cops?
It looks like they have a lookout, so they might be looking for cops. And you're right, I probably am the best one to go if trying to go as a skinhead. I don't know these people. They need a story.
Right.
I think it's just best if we wait.
Yeah, let's just keep an eye out. Maybe we'll call the hotel in a few hours, see if the other two are back.
So how long do you want to wait for?
Give it another 15.
Honestly, I would give it another couple hours.
Okay.
It would be my vote, unless you have a different idea, Mike. But I figure we just wait here.
I hope we got more coffee from the fucking place.
If you did, you already drank it.
Man.
So are we waiting a couple more hours?
I think
my vote is
we're
we just wait, do surveillance, and then if nothing happens, we wait until the other two are back at the hotel, and around when we assume they will be, we call the hotel to try to reach them and tell them to meet us here.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. So until what time do you guys want to wait until?
What time's it now?
By the time you guys got up there, it would have been about 10 a.m.
Wait till 11?
Okay. Is that cool with you, Caius?
Well, when do we think that the others are going to be back? Like around 1? Because we know an estimate of how long. Okay. Then
if they're gonna, we'll wait till 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
To like 1, and then we'll one of us will give them a call.
Making another roll. So around 12 p.m., you see this young 20-something, scrawny-looking guy leave out of the apartment unit, and You see the beginnings of a tattoo poking up from under his shirt collar, kind of going up his neck a little bit, and he's looking real shifty, looking around.
Hey, that matched the description of your guy?
We don't have a description.
How's that gonna help us? We just got a name?
Yep.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
You guys see him get into a vehicle, and as he, gets in, his shirt comes up a little bit, and you can see the bottom of what would be a swastika tattoo. Briefly flashed.
Yeah, that's him.
As he pulls his shirt back down. And you can also see that there's the butt of a pistol in his waistband as well. And he begins to drive.
I want to take a note of his license plate, the make and model of his car, the license plate, and then I think we stay.
You don't want to follow him?
No, I want to break into that apartment.
Okay. Yeah, he's driving a brown Honda Accord. You get the license plate number. You write all that down on like a little notepad that you have with you. But he drives off to like back onto the road down and to the left, and he disappears out of view from you guys.
I want to wait like 5 minutes to see if I'll look out in the window still.
You wait 5 minutes and you don't see anything.
Okay. I think it's good. Let's go.
Okay. You want to do the cop approach? Say that we have a warrant, and if somebody's in there, spook them.
I think these skinheads are a bit too dumb to see the expiration date.
Sounds good. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll go up to the door. Haney will cop knock. Say, "This is the police. Please open your door. We have a warrant."
No response.
Sick. Yeah, we're gonna break in.
Who wants to be the leading force to do that? It's a
Don't
shame
pick
Reed
the
isn't
lock.
with you guys right now.
I mean, we could try to lockpick it, or we could just kick his door in.
I'm going to say you would have to kick his door in, given the circumstances. Whether or not you kick it in such a way that it can minimize the damage to the frame, that's another story.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fucking slam my foot into this door.
Give me a strength times 5 roll, Eddie.
93 over 75. I put a sizable dent in this fucking door.
You get it open, but yeah, it's very clearly evident that somebody has been in here, and he'll know that when he comes back.
Who cares? We're gonna do a fast sweep, because we don't know how long he's taking.